And welcome back. It's another weekly installment of Two Owls Talking Sports. I'm Mike Davidson with my partner, longtime Overlake Athletic Director, John Wiley, and we have a great show for you today. John, it is October now. Playoff push is in full effect. Run us through these fall teams and where they are as we approach this, the October playoffs.
Well, Mike, we have a couple that have already punched their ticket, so to speak. Boys tennis, obviously, if you've been tuning into any of the prior podcasts, you know that they've just been on a roll. They're 12-0 outside of all their 4A victories. And they finished their regular season 10-0 yesterday with a 5-0 sweep at South Whidbey. Got on the boat, came home with the undefeated league record. So they will head off to Saturday to play in districts, which is a Saturday-Monday situation. And they'll be able to enter a couple singles and a couple doubles with the hope of adding district champions to the resume this year. Boys Ultimate, big win on Friday, I believe. And they played in the Seattle Invite this weekend against the biggest teams in Ultimate in the state. So they will roll into today's match at Northwest. But knowing that they have clinched their playoff spot, they will host a home playoff game, most likely against those Bush Blazers, to get hopefully access to the Dis Northwest State Tournament eventually, but they have clinched. So congrats to them.
Congratulations. And tennis, Coach Loringer's team just marching toward a repeat of last year's success so far.
Yeah, the defending state champions are certainly playing like it. They had senior night on Friday. You know, that's a big graduating class that has really left their mark. I heard something like 47-3 over the last 3 years. So don't know if that is completely accurate, but I have no reason to doubt it.
It's a lot of wins, not very many losses. We know that.
Right. So those two teams for sure. There's other teams from our school that are really running well. Our cross-country programs had great success so far, lots of PRs every week. They have a meet coming up here this weekend at Lakewood, so they'll continue to drop those times down a little bit.
But in cross-country, they have to prove it at the league meet to get a berth into the true postseason, yes?
Right. In a couple of weeks, they will go to the Emerald Sound Conference championship meet, and they have to place well that day to move on to districts, to move on to state. Outside of that, girls soccer, and they pulled off a great win yesterday at Bellevue Christian. You're talking about the team that went to the state championship last year in the Vikings. Overlake came out. Riley Darren just playing great soccer as a freshman. They win 2-1 on Clyde Hill, and will take home that W. They've already won as many games as they won last year, and hopefully they got a month plus in the season left.
That's a young team that was maybe a little slow coming out of the gate, but it sounds like they have found their stride.
Well, yeah, they had a tough non-league schedule. I mean, Redmond High School is very good, but they've really, I think, for the most part, settled down. This is a tough conference. You know, you got the state champ in Cedar Park here. Bear Creek is good. That we haven't even seen them yet. We've played a very good Bush team, but we've turned around and beat schools like Eastside Prep, who had our number last year. And I think coming up, this Kings match on Thursday is going to be a good one. That one's at Kings, but Overlake can really help their effort with a W over there.
And Coach Goodspeed has been there before. She knows what it takes to have success in October and November, and that team may be peaking at the right time.
Yeah, former state champion coach, and certainly someone who's used to playing great fall soccer.
Speaking of peaking at the right time, catch us up on girls volleyball.
Volleyball's got a big week, Mike. Tonight they play the University Prep Pumas at home, and also Thursday at home against South Whidbey. Those are two winnable matches for the Owls. They played exceptionally well last week in beating Bear Creek, who they hadn't beaten in a couple of years. So I'm hopeful they're 5-4 overall, 2-1 in the Coho division.
We had that game last week on the NFHS network. That was a 3-0 Bear Creek sweep the first time they played earlier this year. The Owls turned it around, came back with a 5-set epic win last week, so things are moving in the right direction there.
And if you haven't seen a 5-set volleyball match, it's like edge of your seat stuff. So a lot of fun, and that team's really coming together.
And so as you think back on a big week in Owl sports, give me your nomination for peak performer.
Well, we gave one out yesterday, actually, Mike, and that went to Sebastian Termulin, the senior, the multi-sport athlete. He's a standout on the soccer field, but in tennis, he's part of that really deep tennis program, and he's been a doubles player his whole career. And this last week, he had to win 3 straight matches in their 3 wins that got them the league title, and he did it. And he was the deciding match on Saturday at UPrep. So, hats off to Sebastian. He's a great leader, and we're lucky to have him, and it's been fun to watch him develop as a tennis player as well.
So he was big in big moments, as that program has been. I'll accept Seba there. I would have nominated a player from the Ultimate program. Hank Davidson has had a big year for them. I'm a total homer, but had 5 scores in the 13-8 win over Bush that sent him into the postseason. Had another 7 scores and 2 assists in a 10-9 loss to Roosevelt. It was the number 2 team in that big invitational this weekend, but they didn't win it. So Sebastian, peak performer goes to you.
Well, and that sounds like a very stats-oriented dad in the crowd, but in all reality, Hank Davidson has been a big part of the Ultimate program. He is one of our rare 3-sport varsity athletes. So he stars on the Ultimate field. In basketball, he is known as a tough defender and a great rebounder, and be a big part of that team who just came off their state run last year, and all signs point to them being great this year. And then he is an outfielder on that Growls baseball team. So hats off to Hank.
So as you're looking forward to the week ahead, if you're a fan wanting to come out, catch one hot ticket, which one would it be?
I'd go for home volleyball this week for sure, either tonight or Thursday. But Mike, if they can't make it, what's the best way to catch it?
All of those games brought to you live anywhere in the world on the NFHS network. John and I will be there to call that game this evening. So if you can't make it out to the barn, sit back in your TV, watch it on the big screen. We'll have all that action for you on NFHS.
And I believe you can set up a free account at NFHS.
Certainly can. Watch that free of charge. It's also free of charge. You want to come to the barn. So either way, we want you watching Overlake Sports this week. We'll be back next week to tell you about how all that action went down.
And that game tonight, by the way, if you're looking for the varsity match tonight, it's a 5:45 start.
Be there on time. Can't wait to see you in the crowd for Two Guys Talking Owl Sports. What is it again, John?
It's 2 owls.
2 owls. 2 owls in the nest talking sports. Or we're shortening it, 2 owls talking sports.
Yep.
I'm Mike Davidson for my partner, John Wiley. We'll see you next week.